Good morning, good morning. We're holding Daf Daled Amud Aleph. We'll just go back a couple of lines. It looks a little crooked. This way.
I'm tilting it to make sure it goes above this.
No, but it's going to come out interesting on the...
Just go.
All right, so yesterday during Shiur, I mentioned that, first of all, we get a big mazel tov. We got 10,000 new subscribers in the last few days. 10,000. So I don't know where Gary is. He was up the entire night because when you have that many subscribers, it takes a long time to send it out. So we found out that there's a program, there's software that enables you to send out. It does it automatically. And I mentioned in the middle of Shiur, Nachman Seltzer, as he did a bunch of times in our show, he pulled out money from his pocket. He says, I want to donate towards the program. Some random guy that was watching, I don't know who he is really, he donated the whole program. Yeah, so yishkoyach to him. I'm just upset at Nachman that he didn't mention like the windows. You know, we went for $1,000. He says like the $30,000 windows are still not paid for. Hold on, we gotta get a good picture of the Olam here. 1 second. If you don't like the, wow, this is the windows I'm talking about. All right, here we go. All right, it's a fast day, so Leslie Tzon is today. So in the middle, we'll just go back a couple of lines. We can start from the top of the page, even B'nai Yoda is the Sanhedrin. So the Chachmei Yisrael went to David HaMelech and they said, we need Parnasa, and he said, okay, let's go to war. Take the money from the Goyim. So you go to Achitophel, he's the Yoyetz, he gives the advice. And then you go B'nai Yoda, it's the Sanhedrin. You have to get their blessing. Ve'v Yasar Elu Urim V'Tumim. Ve'v Yasar was the Kohen, he had the Urim V'Tumim, he had the Choshen. Exactly what are the Urim V'Tumim? How does it work? So just real quickly, the Urim V'Tumim, let's say this is what the Kohen was wearing, and had the names of the Shvatim. Now if you look, you can't really read it that well. Why? Because each, it says Ruvain, Shimon, Levi, Raham. Why? Because each name consisted of 6 letters. And when the Kohen would ask the Urim V'Tumim, the letters would light up. But not in a perfect order. Through Ruach HaKodesh, he had to take those letters and figure out what the Urim V'Tumim were telling him. It says the Shifti Yeshurun, they took those extra letters and added it to the Shvatim that they didn't have. Anyway, like Shikoira, V'Yachshavel Shikoira, he thought that's what it says because the letters were not in the right order. I go, well, that's the Urim V'Tumim. That's the Urim V'Tumim, and the Urim V'Tumim tells you what to do. Do we go to war or not? V'cheinu oimer B'nai Yoda ben Yoda al hakresi v'al haplesi. What does al mean? Al means before. B'nai Yoda ben Yoda came before the Urim V'Tumim. V'laman l'nikra shmam kresi uplesi. What's the definition of kresi uplesi? Kresi shekarsim divreim. Lichrot, to cut, krisos, like a get krisos. They're very precise words. Plesi shemufloim b'divreim. They have awesome words. They're very, whatever the word is, wondrous words, beautiful, wondrous, awesome words. And then afterwards, only after you have all these things, they go to the Yoyetz, you ask the Sanhedrin, you ask the Urim V'Tumim, then V'achakach sar tzva l'melech Yoyav, then Yoyav takes them out to war. Now, how do you know that David HaMelech had a harp above his bed that would play music at Chatzois? Ura kvoidi, ura haneva v'chinar, or ira shachar. My covet, I'll wake up. In other words, my covet will wake up. Instead of me being woken up, I'll wake up before everybody else. Hanevel v'chinar, ira shachar. I will awaken the day. The day is not going to wake me up. I'm going to wake the day, not like a regular king. By the way, this is a famous pasuk. A lot of people, when they don't have alarm clocks, if you're stuck somewhere, there's a segula to say this pasuk. That's what I was told when I was a kid. I used it. I don't know if it's psychological or it's a zgula, but it worked for me back then. Reb Zera Omar, Moshe lo'olam havi yoda. So now we're going back to the question. Is it possible that David HaMelech knew when Chatzos was and Moshe didn't know because it says, Kach Chatzos, he wasn't sure, it seems like. Approximately Chatzos. Says the Gemara, Moshe lo'olam havi yoda. He did know. V'David nami havi yoda. V'kivin David havi yoda, kino lomali. Why did David need a harp? He had to wake up. He needed an alarm clock. So then, why was he vague about the time? He didn't say chatzois, bachatzois. He says kachatzois. Says Gemara, Moshe kosav Hashem yitu utstagnine paroi v'yoimru Moshe badoihu. Moshe was concerned. Listen to this, Rabbi Isai. The phone rings. Guy picks it up. Yeah. Muhammad? Yeah. You sitting? Yeah. So listen, I have bad news. Ahmad just died. Your oldest son. Ahmad! What a liar! Moshe Rabbeinu is a liar! It's 11:59. Sheker! So, your kid just died. And that's what you're concerned about? The Moshe is badoi. It's a peldic thing. He was off by a minute. That's your whole concern. Okay? That's what we're concerned. Moshe Rabbeinu wanted to be exact. So another interesting thing is that we learned that the dogs bark at Chatzos. So you should know that if the Bechorim are dying and the dogs are barking, it coincides. What's the answer? Lo yechratz kelev l'shoynei. That night the dogs didn't bark. And Memela there was a problem. They could confuse themselves. Do'amar lamed l'shoyncha loymar eini yodea. Shemot hizbada v'sei oches. You don't want people to say that you're lying. So it's better for you to come across as if you're ignorant and you don't know than for somebody to say that you're a liar. What's the problem? The problem is it's the gnine paroi. Moshe Rabbeinu was correct. It was chatzos exactly. But the stargazers, they're going to do the wrong cheshbon. They're going to come up and they're going to say that you're off. Rav Ashi Omar, no. It's not that Moshe Rabbeinu didn't know when chatzos was. We're not even talking about. You understood the pasuk wrong. Bepalgo urta detleisar. You're talking about halfway through the night of the 13th of Nisan. Nagi arbeisar hava. It was the morning before the 14th. Just kachatzois doesn't mean approximately chatzois. It means like chatzois. Like right now, just like it is chatzois now. You guys see now it's chatzois. Tomorrow, in 24 hours, this is what's going to happen. That's the taichem kachatzois. Not approximate, but like now. He's giving them reference to the hour right now. It says in the pasuk of David HaMelech says, Shamra nafshi ki chosid ani. Protect my soul because I'm a chosid. He's telling Kosh Baruch I'm a chosid. So you're going to see, did he really mean it like that? Levi v'Reb Yitzchak. Don't you think I'm a chassid? All the kings of the world, from east to west, they get up 2 hours into the day, into the third hour. They sleep 2 hours when it's light. And I get up 8 hours before that. For what? To be mishabeach you. Don't you think I'm a chassid? V'idach, kach amar David v'nei HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Rebbeinu shel olam, lo chassid ani. Shekol machim Yisrael chomayir v'yoshim agudis b'chvaydam. A king, he sits with all his buddies. Chavod, they give him honor, and he sits there. V'ani, imagine this, it's unbelievable. V'ani yodem eluchlachis b'dam. You go to the king, with people had such fear. Esther and Malka had fear to go to her husband, and he's sitting there, and women are coming with shaylos and halakhah. That's a piece of something that might be an afterbirth, might be a miscarriage. What is this? And he has to sit there and find out if it has any sinews, what is this? Mamish with his hands.
The daf will come to at that time of night?
No, this is not at night. We're not talking about the night. We're not talking about night. We're talking about that David HaMelech acted like your local rabbi. With no covet for, not a king. You have to go through all this protection to get in. Anybody came in with the Shaila. Any woman, why? K'day l'tarish l'bala, to do chesed. So, you should consider me a chassid. Now, he adds on a word here. So he'll say, I have a lot of kavod, I get a lot of honor. I'm a chashuv rav. Everybody comes to me to ask me shaylas. No. Every shayla that I have, I go to my Rebbe, mipi boishes. And he tells me if I'm right or wrong. So I don't even get honor. Everybody knows I don't know my stuff. I have to go to my Rebbe. V'omer loi mipi boishes Rabbi, yofa danti. I ask him, did I paskin well? Yofa chiyafti. This guy chayv misa. The guy has to pay money. Is it okay? Yofa zikisi, yofa taharti, yofa timeisi, v'loi boishti. I wasn't concerned for my honor. I did it anyways. Omer Rabbi Shua b'rei Ravidi, Mikro, v'adabra b'disecho neged milachim. Milachim over here is referring to me piboishes, v'loi evoish. I had no busha. I asked what's right, without pretending that I'm something I'm not.
Why did you ask? Why did you get the confirmation after? Why did you ask before?
Who says it's after? I mean, maybe that's what it means. I mean, I would say that Dante means I paskin like this now. I didn't tell the lady to leave yet, but what do you say? Could I don't know. That's. His real name wasn't Mipi Boishes. That's a nickname. Elo ish Boishes Shmoi. V'lo manikro Shmoi Mipi Boishes. The word Mipi Boishes is based on two words, Peh and Busha. That from Ish Boishesh's mouth came out Busha to David. Shoyimevayish b'nei David b'Halakhah. He would knock him out in Halakhah. You have a halachic argument, and he's always right. It's a problem. Lefichach zacha David v'yatza mimeno kilov. David, because he put himself down, he didn't act begaiva, he had a son called Kilov. There's a contradiction in the Psukim, as Rashi brings, that his second child was called Daniel. And in another place it says that his second child was called Kilov. Which one is it? From here we know it's the same person. His name was Daniel. It's a very interesting Gemara, that David got him back, so to speak. You embarrass me, well, my own offspring is better than you. Some explain, even the Yankov explains, that it was the same halachas that Mipi Boishes beat him, that his son, David's son Kilov, beat Mipi Boishes back eventually in a later time. Just interesting to point out, we say Busho Chlima. What's the difference between Busho Chlima? We see it right here. It says, by David, he's called Mipi Boishes, and by Kilov, it's Chlima. It's a lashon of Busha and Chlima. So the Vilna Gaon says, Busha is when you mevayish yourself. So he went to Mipi Boishes and he embarrassed himself by asking these questions. He didn't have to do it. But Kilov, anytime Mipi Boishes said something, Kilov would knock him out. So Mipi Boishes wasn't asking for it. A stranger went and embarrassed him. So that's Klima. B'ni, Shlomo Melech is referring to David as if David is talking. And he says, B'ni, im chacham libecha yismach libi gamoni. In other words, he's talking to Kilov. David HaMelech, Shlomo HaMelech is talking in his father's voice. My son Kilov, if you're so smart, yismach libi gamoni, you're gonna be smarter than Mipi Boishes, and then I'll be happy through that, by you getting Mipi Boishes. V'omer, chacham b'ni, b'samach libi v'oshiva, and me, I David HaMelech, chorfi David, I'm going to answer the people that embarrass me, the Mipi Boishes. V'David mikar l'nafshei chassid. Is it true that in fact, ki chassid ani, David HaMelech called himself a chassid? The opposite is true. V'aksiv, lulei hemanti, the famous song, lulei hemanti l'rois betuv Hashem beretz chayim. I wouldn't believe, had I not believed to see in the V'tanu Shmei Rabbi Yosi, Lama Nokad Alulei, Amar David Lefnei HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Here, Rabbi Schoenberg gave me this. I was actually looking for it this morning, so thank you, Rabbi Schoenberg. I couldn't really come up with it, but he found it. Lulei, This Tehillim right over here. You see it's highlighted. It has dots on top and the bottom. This doesn't go according to the Maharsha, who says that the dots are on top of the loy. Over here, I see dots on top of the lu. What's pshat, Rabbi Shomer? You have a pshat for that?
That's the case I'm saying, and that has dots.
This what? This is what?
This is a copy from the Kesser Soya.
Kisra Aram Tsoiva.
Kesser Soya is the most reliable of the Kesser that we have.
Most reliable Kisra.
And it's a list of 15 Nekudas in Tanakh.
Yeah.
In Nevi'im and one in Suvim. And that's Lule. And there's a note at the end of it.
This one right here, Lule.
Yeah, Lule. And then there's a list.
Mila Nekuda Mila El Umelera Bar Min Havin. I can't even read this stuff. Min Avov.
Which is only
Nekuda Milera.
which is only
What? How old is this?
that's taken from the Akhla, which dates back to the time of the
The Goyim. Okay, so like what? Over 1,000, 1,500, close to 1,500. All right.
About 1,500 years.
Beseder, Ishkoyach Rabbi Schomburg. Lule Manti. So v'tanim shmei the Rabbi Yossi Lama Nakada Lule Omar David Lefnei Hakadosh Baruch Hu Rebbeinu Shalom. Move the Hani B'chol Shatam Shalom Sochatoy L'Tzadikim Los Lavai. I trust in you that you're going to give Sechar in Olam Haba. We already have the concept of Olam Haba here. Avaleini Yedea. Somebody once asked me, where does it say in the Gemara that you get Sechar? Here it is, Daf Daled, the beginning of Shas. Rebbeinu Shalom. Move the Hani B'chol Shalom L'Tzadikim Los Lavai. Avaleini Yedea. Im Yeshli Chelik B'neim Im Lav. I'm not sure about myself. Do I get or not? Why? So the Gemara says, obviously David HaMelech knew that he's a chassid and he's okay. Shema Yigr Machet, he was concerned of the concept, perhaps I'll sin one day. I'll tamim b'atzmecha ad yoim moischa. You never know. Who was it? Yochanan Kohen Gadol. Yeah. So Shema Yigr Machet. Yes, I know that I'm a chassid today, but maybe Lule Hemanti, I'm not sure that I'll get Olam Haba. Kedisanya, we have proof. Oh, sorry. The Rabbi Yaakov Bar Idi Rami. Contradiction. Ksiv v'hinei anoichi imoch ushmaticha b'chol hasheteach. HaKadosh Baruch Hu tells Yaakov Avinu, I give you shmira, you have nothing to fear. Uksiv vayiro Yaakov ma'id. When he's going towards Esav, he was fearful. What was he fearful of? HaKadosh Baruch Hu promised him shmira. Omar Shemo Yigrim Achet. Now they ask here, the Rambam talks about this Gemara. If HaKadosh Baruch Hu promises, then it's a promise, no? So they make a distinction between, even if a person was chayta, let's say HaKadosh Baruch Hu said to Avraham Avinu, I'm going to, Arbe Zaracha K'chol Hayam. And then Avraham Avinu did a chetz. He's not going to get Zaracha K'chol Hayam. So they say, the Rambam I think says, that, I forgot who it is. The Rambam, the Maral says that it's an individual, I forgot who it is. Sorry, but one of them says that when HaKadosh Baruch Hu is talking to Klal Yisrael, that he can't take it back. Even if he's talking to the individual, he's talking privately to Yaakov Avinu. He says Al Tira. If the person does, if he does a chet, then he can ruin it. The Maral says that it was more of a oynish. It's a schar oynish. I'm giving you sechar. HaKadosh Baruch Hu promised a gift to Yaakov Avinu, shmira. You want to ruin the gift through Averi, you could. But if it's a haftacha, general haftacha, nothing to do with sechar, says the Maral, then he can't take it back. Then it won't get ruined. What? Right, so that's the distinction between a sachar and a haftacha. Now, the Gemara brings proof, though, that it actually happened. Not Shema Yigrim Achet, that Yaakov Avinu was worried, perhaps I'll sin. No, there was a sin, and HaKadosh Baruch Hu actually took it away. That what happened? Kedesanya. The double lashon that we say in Az Yashar, Adyavar Amcha Hashem, Adyavar Amzukunisa, this nation that you acquired, Adyavar Amcha Hashem, Zubiri Shaina, when Yeshua took Klal Yisrael into Eretz Yisrael, there was the four Nisim, the Yarden split, right? The sun stood, the Avnei Bara, the four Nisim. And then, Adyavar Amzukunisa, Zubi Ashniya by Ezra, when Ezra took Klal Yisrael back from Galus. They should have had the same kind of, like the walls of Yericho fell down, one of the Nisim. Elo Shagora Machet. In the time of Ezra, not only Rashi brings here, then they were under the constant rule of other kings, of Daryavish, of Achashverosh, etc. We had in the Mishnah that the word b'shachbacha, when you lay down, machlokes, what does it mean? Rabbi Eliezer learned the word, just the pashut meaning of the word b'shachbacha means when you go to sleep. When do people go to sleep? He says it takes sometimes, within a window of 4 hours, from the time it gets dark. Some people like to procrastinate a little bit. You go to sleep a few hours later, but 4 hours. Chacham say no, the word b'shachbacha means when you're laying down, when you're sleeping. Not Chacham, Rim Gamliel. So that lasts until Amud HaShachar. It's not when you go to sleep, it's when you're sleeping. So the Chacham call themselves new Shiur, Chatzos. So what do they hold? Is it when people go to sleep or when people are sleeping? But Chatzos is not a time that people go to sleep. They don't go to sleep. It doesn't make sense that there's a machlokes between Rim Gamliel and Rabbi Eliezer and Chachamim. When do people go to sleep till? They don't go to sleep usually midnight. That's 6 hours into the night. 4 hours okay, but 6 hours. Chacham come out Svirlu, Ikir Rabbi Eliezer Svirlu, Lemru Rabbi Eliezer. How come they don't say 4 hours into the night? Why do they say 6 hours into the night? Vikir Gamliel Svirlu, and if they say it makes sense that it means when you're sleeping, Lemru Rabbi Gamliel, so it should be all night. How many minutes, Mr. Feder? Yosef Biliak, sorry. He's the new guy. 10 minutes. No, we got good 18 minutes. Kishma. Rabbi Yisai, Beli Neder, we have to, we're still new, but we're going to try to get Shiur to start at 7:15 exactly. I don't know what happened this morning. Something with Vasikin? Nates. That was the issue. Okay, we're only like, okay. You're saying it's a one-time thing because of the fast and everything else. Okay. Where's Akiva? What happened to Akiva? They already dropped out. Our first round. Oh no, here he is. He's there. Akiva's there. All right, Akiva, you should be zeich to finish Shas before you get married. You too. Ari's here. Okay, Givaldik. Ari's from the Yazdim. He's here 2 years. Chaval, not the full 2 years. Okay, he has a few pages to make up. All right, where are we? Loilam. So what do Chachamim hold? Loilam, Kirim Gamliel Svirlu. Chachamim hold Gamliel that the Shachbacha means the entire night. So why Chatzos? And we had this svar already in the Mishnah, but we had it in Rim Gamliel. Now we have it in Chachamim. The concept of a siag, a geder, distance people from Averis. A person comes so tired from his work, from the field, working all day long in the heat. Let me go home. Let me eat a little bit. You probably know the feeling on Friday night after the meal. You just go to the couch for just 2 minutes, rest your eyes a little bit, and before you know it, your wife is waking up for Shachris. I'll daven afterwards. That's it. He's a einus. Once you put your head down, it's not in your hands anymore. Aval, what should a person do? Adam ba'omen asada ba'erev. Nichlas lebeis hakneses. Don't go home. You go to shul first. Imragil likros kaira. Amazing. If you're an Amoretz and all you know is Chumash, read Chumash. Bimragil lishnois, and if you know how to do Mishnah, Shoina. V'koire, and then afterwards, koire kriyishma mispalel. You should say kriyishma right away and daven. V'oichel pitoy mevarech. And then only afterwards you eat your bread and you bench. Says the Shulchan Aruch in Kuf Lamed Hey, he says that a person is not allowed to eat, and according to the Mishnah Brura, what happens is, l'chatchila, a person should daven immediately when the Zman comes. I'm talking about Halakhah l'maisa today. Ma'ariv should be said right when the Zman happens. However, if you can't, you can daven later. But it's also to eat dinner before Ma'ariv. Once the time comes, it's also to eat, and it's also to do any melacha that's matridu, says the Mishnah Brura. Now, what? Okay, so Ayin Sham, if you want to add, I'm just telling you what the Mishnah, I just read the Mishnah Brura this morning, didn't go heavy into the sugya. And he says that we know that according to Chachamim, it's until Chatzos. So you're allowed to daven until Chatzos. However, if there's a big oinus and you daven until Amud HaShachar, Yotza. Okay? That's what I'm just reading Mishnah Berurah. Now, this is the strong one, as Taisus brought in the beginning of the Masechta. But this is any halacha that Chachamim say. If you're over on Divrei Chachamim, you chayiv misa. Fact the Gemara, it's very rare that you'll see this lashon, such a strong lashon on a takanas Chachamim, chayiv misa. If you're over, you go past Chatzois, you go past what Chacham tell you, chayiv misa. Why? Why daf go over here? Why in other places not and over here yes? We're dealing with sleep. It's very common for a person to just take a small nap and then be over the Avera and not say Ma'ariv. It's just to be a strong lashon, so you shouldn't think that Ma'ariv is not obligatory. Chiyuv, obligatory. Omar Koire Kriya Shema Mispalel. So we just learned that you say Kriya Shema and then you damish Shmona Esrei. You say Rabbi Yochanan Nezu ben Olam Haba. How you zoichet Olam Haba? It's not that hard according to this Gemara. Zeh soymech gula l'tfilah shel arvis. If you say the bracha of Gal Yisrael close to Shmona Esrei, it's kedai to see Rashi here. Says Rashi, Zeh soymech. The Cholshkin the Shachris. There's no question, and as we're going to see, la Halakhah la Maisa, there's a huge difference. Even though we paskin like this, that you have to be soymech gula tefillah by Ma'ariv also, there's a big difference between Shachris and Ma'ariv. Shachris is much more chamor, and therefore you can't say, for instance, Yalav Yavai. You can't scream out Yalav Yavai between Gal Yisrael and Shmona Esrei. Dike gulas Mitzrayim b'Shachris hava, and this explains it. Why? Because Klal Yisrael left Mitzrayim in the morning. What? You could what? Say Yalav Yavai? That's not what I saw in Mishnah Berurah. Cool. Ein Sham. You're talking about Hashem's Fasai Tiftach. If you get the like the Gemara brings that, that's part of Tefillah. Not an announcement of Yalav Yavai. Okay, you got to see it inside. That's not what I read. Kirsiv. Right, in Meir. It's hard to argue with Menachem Mate, but no, I'm talking about Shachris. V'kolshkin the Shachris, dike gulas mitzrayim. You're talking about the evening? Okay, fine. Ma'ariv, yes. Shachris, no. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Now we're on the same page. K'dichsiv mimachas ha'pesach yotz b'nei Yisrael. Usmichas gula tefila ramza David b'sefer Tehillim. K'dichsiv Hashem tzur v'goyali v'samach lei yancha Hashem b'yom tzar. Now, here's where I want to get to. I'm reading with Berachos Yerushalmi. It says in Yerushalmi, Mishen esamach gula tefila lemau doime. What's the mashal? Lo yavei shel melech, like a friend of the king. Sheba v'dofak al pitzcha shel melech. He knocks on the door. Yotza melech. So the king gets off his throne. He starts making his way to the door. Like the guy disappeared. It's taking too long, so the guy walked away. So the king turns around, goes back to his throne. So too, if you make a hefsek between Gal Yisrael and Shmona Esrei, Kadosh Baruch Hu says bye bye. I'll see you later. And here's the punchline. What's this gula tefillah? If you ever wanted to know, here's a beautiful Rashi. You open up HaKadosh Baruch Hu's heart, Kaviyachol. You say, you're such a great, I love you, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Look what you did for me. You took me out of Mitzrayim. And now HaKadosh Baruch Hu kind of opens his heart up, Kaviyachol. Now HaKadosh Baruch Hu is open. Now you're sticking Yitzrachim. But first you have to talk nicely to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, to a friend. Once you get them in, right? You know about this stuff. What's the guy comes to the door and says, Stefansky, are you related to the other Stefansky from this? I need $1,000. That's a rookie. What does the professional do? He becomes your friend. He meets you at the restaurant and he just moves, no, I don't want any money. After 3 years, and it's happened, all of a sudden, he has a moisid you never knew about, and you chap that he didn't meet you at the restaurant. Yeah, anyways. But that's the way to do it. It's in Rashi. It says here before us. Zog the Gemara, Omamar. No, we're past that. The problem is that this Gemara is on a slant. So my card falls off. So I need to get one of those, maybe like a sticky kind of card. Fine. You don't have to send it from America, it's fine. The guys here in the share will give it a dava. Reb Shimon Levi Omer tefillah is be'emtza tiknum. Says Reb Shimon Levi, I'm a chuluk on you. The way it works is there's a sandwich of Kriya Shema. There's Kriya Shema in the beginning of the day, there's Kriya Shema in the end of the day, and the two Shemona Esreis are in the middle. So you have Kriya Shema, Shemona Esrei, Kriya Shema. That's the way it works. There's no smuchas gula tefillah at night. What's the reasoning behind the machlokes? Iboisem akra, iboisem svara. You can't argue with the pasuk, but it's possible also that they're arguing logic. Iboisem svara. The Rabbi Yochanan Savar Geula Me'urto Nami Have. Yeshua, where's Yeshua? Could you ask them maybe to start in a few minutes? Thank you. It's our guys making the noise. We could ask them. 8 minutes. That's all we need. Iboisem Svara that Rabbi Yochanan says, when did Yetzias Mitzrayim happen? We all know it happened in the daytime. Klal Yisrael left in the day. However, Paroi signed it off at night. So that's the shaila, is do you consider his signing a part of the gula? When was the real gula lehave elat safra? No, all we cared about was when Klal Yisrael physically walked out of Mitzrayim, not when Pari decided, because he decided a bunch of times. I'm not saying that's the reason why it's not, but just because he said that it's when they physically left Mitzrayim. They learned the same pasuk, but they learned it differently. That's what we call a hekesh. The two words. So they're both connected. So ma kimo kriya shema v'achach tefillah. Just like when you wake up in the morning, first comes shema, then comes Shemona Esrei. So it goes in the same order at night as well. No. What's closer to a person's bed? Kriya Shema. So Kriya Shema is also closer to his bed. So you say Shemona Esrei, then Kriya Shema, then bed. There's two brachas at night. Marav Arovim and Oyav Am Yisrael, Ushtaim Lachreo, Gal Yisrael and Ashkivenu. V'yaris bois lismoich. And if you have to do gula l'tfilah, so what should be? Gal Yisrael, Shemona Esrei. Holy Son Gula Tefillah. The Bailam Ashkivenu. Where did Ashkivenu come in here? And what about in America? Baruch Hashem La'ilam Amimayim. It's really long. Taisa talks about that. Arikim Tatinu Rabbanon Ashkivenu Kigula Richta Damya. Says the Gemara that once they put in Hashkivenu, they were misakin it as part of the Tefillah, then it's as if Gal Yisrael is along with Gal Yisrael. The same thing would have to apply to Baruch Hashem La'ilam. Here in Yisrael, we don't say Baruch Hashem La'ilam because the Vilna Gaon came here and he holds that you don't do it, and that's why we do Birkus Kehanim, and a lot of minhagei Eretz Yisrael come from the Vilna Gaon, and even Hasidim, I think, accepted that minhag from the Talmidei Agra, not to say Baruch Hashem La'ilam. What? That's his svara behind it. Okay. We have a problem with Shachris. V'amar Rabbi Yochanan, b'tchila omer Hashem sfasai tiftach, u'v'sayf omer yiru letzim mifi. By the way, this is Stam, I'm not going to get into it, but this says Yilu Ratzin in Rifi. That could be the end of Shemona Esrei, then you say Elikai. So some people don't even say over there, they say Yilu Ratzin in Rifi only after Elikai. Elo Osam Kivin Tatkinu Rabbanon Lemeimar Hashem Sfasai Tiftach Ketfila Arichta. Pay attention here. It's not Geula Arichta, it's Tfila Arichta. Over here the Gemara is not saying it's part of Gal Yisrael. You already said the Hashem. You already said the bracha. Over here it's part of Shemona Esrei. Yet, even though it's part of Shemona Esrei, if you forget it, it's okay. You're yaitza. Back to Ma'ariv. They said Ashkivenu kigula richtadamya. So what's the halacha l'maisa? Bottom line is that the halacha is like Rabbi Yochanan, that you have to be somich gula tefillah, and that's what we do by Ma'ariv today. First we say Kriya Shema, then we say Shemona Esrei. Yet there's some sort of a kula in Ma'ariv because the Iker Gula was in the daytime that you could scream out, for instance, Yal v'yavai. And another very important halacha l'maisa that comes out from this is, if you walk into a shul and you find them starting Shemona Esrei, what should you do? In Shacharis, you don't start Shemona Esrei. You're supposed to say Kriya Shema first and then Shemona Esrei because you have to have Gula Tefillah. But in Ma'ariv, if you walk into a minyan that they're starting Shemona Esrei, because of this Kula and Geula the Tefillah, you start Shemona Esrei, Halakhah L'Maisa, with everybody else. Derech Agav, once we're talking about that, it's very important to know that in these minyanim here, in this shul, Be'ez Hashem, the Olam should be nizar to start Shemona Esrei with the tzibur. Because you go around to a lot of shuls, and the makbid people have a lot of kavan, I understand, but they're not so much makbid on tefillah b'tzibur. Tefillah b'tzibur is when the 10 get up and daven Shemona Esrei. It's best to rush a little bit, if that's where the tzibur is holding, and get to Shemona Esrei, start Shemona Esrei with everybody else. And it's very helpful when we're waiting for 10, that, anyways, fine. If you say Ashrei 3 times, my time, what's the reason? And they explain, it doesn't mean you just say Ashrei and you can do every Aver in the world. But if you say Ashrei with Kavana, v'chulu, Ashrei has special thing that it starts, every pasuk, Aleph, Beis, Gimel, Dalet, every pasuk starts, is very special. And we have also, by the way, it's brought in Mishnah Berurah and Shabbos, there's also one, LeDavid, it's also Aleph, Beis. Those are more important. Anything that has Aleph Beis is better. If you have to skip, better say that and skip the other ones. There's a much better one. Kapitel Kufyates has many more Alephs and Beis, right? The ones that we say at the cemetery for the mace. A whole kapitel of Aleph, a whole kapitel of Beis. 8 psukim of each. The famous pasuk B'Sech Zidecha. Name a Halakhah Gadol. There's another kapitel Tilim Kuf Lamed Vav. D'chsiv be'noisen lechem l'chol basar. It's even better than Pesach Zidecha. Elam Shem this Beitartei. It's a combination of Aleph Beis and Pesach Zidecha. And why isn't there? David HaMelech skipped out the nun. Famous thing. It's Mem Samach. Where's the nun? The pasuk nun starts with the fall of Klal Yisrael. The Chsiv Nafla Lo Yisoisiv Kum Besulas Yisrael. Klal Yisrael is going to fall, but there's a lot of psukim that talk about the fall of Klal Yisrael. But this pasuk talks about Lo Yisoisiv Kum Besulas Yisrael. Klal Yisrael, or the enemies of Klal Yisrael, are not going to ever get up. It says in the pasuk. That's a bad pasuk. B'ma'arava, not a bad chas v'shalom. I mean, it's the meaning. B'ma'arava metartz Halakhah. In Eretz Yisrael, they explain away the pasuk. Nafla v'lo Yisoisiv Limpaloid. Kum besulas Yisrael. It's not, you have to put a comma here. Nafla lo Yisoisiv. Kum, get up. You're all the way on the bottom, says the Vilna Gaon. You're at the bottom. It's actually, you can't go any further. From here, you're going to get up. The whole Ashir said Baruch HaKodesh, but you see from this pasuk, Shenemar, Soymech Hashem l'chol hanoiflim. From, you're talking about Nefilah, instead of the nun, we have a Samach. Hashem is going to support those who fell. The Malach Michal is greater, right? When you want to fly from here to New York, what do you take? A non-stop flight. The stops are not good. He flew non-stop. Had 2 flights. If you have 2 flights, that means you had 1 stop in between. It says the word echad. So it says by Michal the word echad, so we know that Michal it's called echad. Michal flies direct flights. Gavriel b'shtayim, he has a stopover. Eliyahu ba'arba, he has 3 stops. U'malach hamavis b'shmoina, the malach hamavis has 7 stops. The Maharsha explains, so a person has time to do tshuva. U'b'shas hamagefa, when he's very busy killing people, ba'achas, then he has direct flights everywhere. All right? Have a meaningful fast, Rabbi Isai.